I love when things like this work out. My wife says to me last night, she goes, because I put the deposit down for the dog, and we were discussing Christmas presents. And she goes, "Are you ready to take care of paying for the dog?" And I said, "Well, yeah." Those of you guys that don't know, let me insert the newest picture here of our puppy. We get her in 15 days. And I said, "Well, babe, don't worry about it. I'll just build a Masterclass 4-pill. Let's come back over here. So after being able to sleep in yesterday, I slept in until 9 yesterday morning. I spent the whole day with the family after Thanksgiving. Oh, it was so nice. It was joyous. Yesterday was a joyous day. I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning, and I kind of started on this last week. And I came over and I picked this up and finished it up today. This is Masterclass build number 67, completely set up for sideband. The gentleman that bought this does 99% talking on sideband. It's fully biased. It's got every bell and whistle that money can buy put into it. My transformer, my splitters, my combiner, the high dollar Japanese relay. Did a couple of fun things differently on this one. Instead of using 4 gauge, I took 2 pieces of 8, so there's no current restriction going into the cabinet. The other thing I did is I didn't feel like painting one of these, the Vanguard, so I went ahead and I polished this one up real nice and pretty. I slapped it on here. Of course, it's got a Vanguard on the inside. Got our little resistors for knocking down the ground to make sure the RF can't get into the fan. We're going to run at 15 volts today. And let's get through all the rigmarole of doing this. So anyhow, I put a picture up this morning, first thing this morning in Patreon, and it was this tin sitting here just like this. And a picture saying, "Hey, you guys, this is up for sale." And 100% of the proceeds are going to go for paying for the rest of the dog, and then paying for the kennel and, or the crate, because we're going to crate train it at first because you have to. And boy, my phone just went really busy this morning for a few minutes. And a very nice older gentleman, his name's Gary, picked this up for himself. He says he's been following for a long time. And this went to a Patreon supporter, which makes me very happy personally. And I like to see the Patreon guys get first dibs on whatever I do. So let's talk about the ability for the RF to come in from the radio, pass through the relay, come out and go to the watt meter. I've got 1,000 watt in peak and another 1,000 watt in peak. Going to the digital bird. I've got to call my guy today. He sent me a text first thing this morning about this. He's got a brand new firmware he wants me to put into this for everybody. He also released the comprehensive user manual for the digital meters. That has been released as of today. He wants me to do a video covering that, which I will. And he's going to start shipping the first of the year. Really excited about that. So let's run some RF from the radio. Let's go up here to the Derail Striker, which is all hopped up, as you guys know. So we have our SWR bridge here on the bottom, plus a 5 watt bird meter in reverse. So this is the amplifier off. And we're just talking through the radio, using the radio to go through the amp. And we want to have the lowest SWR either on the bridge or on the bird meter going through the amp. Because the reflect, if the tune isn't right on the pass through on the amplifier, it will affect your receive. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, hello, audio. Very low. Let's go ahead, we'll turn the amp on. Hello, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hello, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. That's the RF going into the amp from the Striker. And there's exactly 18 feet of coax that goes from this meter down to the amp. So you can either use a 6.5 foot jumper between the radio and the amplifier, or an 18.5 foot jumper. So let's go over here. Let's turn the amplifier off first. So we'll turn the amp off. Now we've turned this 5-watt element around. And I have the power on the derail striker all the way down. So at a 1/2 watt, the relay latch is at a 1/2 watt worth of power, which is perfect. Let's run our dead key up here to about 1 watt. All right. This is showing you what I'm putting into it for drive. So 1 watt dead key carrier. Hello, audio. Swinging about 130 to 140 watts into the thing for drive. And it makes on AM, hello, audio. Hello, audio. Right around 1,000. Hello, audio. With 150 watts of drive. That's what it's supposed to do. I built number 66 in the same way, the same capacitor make, and I love when I put something together and I don't have to mess with the tune on it at all. It just works. It's because of the Chinese transistors, they change a little bit, so we're constantly having to change the tune. This one worked out perfect, just like the one that preceded it. I didn't have to change anything, but let's engage the sideband. We'll take the power on the radio, run it all the way up. First off, let's shut the radio off. Let's zip back over here to the watt or the amp. Let's turn the amp off. Let's zip back over to the watt meters. Hello, audio. Roughly the same amount of drive. Let's turn the amp on. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So it makes about 1,000 watts. Let's see here. Hello, audio. Roughly 100 watts worth of drive. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. So Gary, you should see about 850 to 900 out of this thing, no problem on sideband. So now if we come over here and we watch our relay. Hello, 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2. So we have a very, very nice smooth sideband delay, which is this capacitor right here, by the way. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. No mucking around. This thing just fell together. I love when they just fall together. Some of these you just got to hammer them and hammer them and hammer them to get them to work the way you want them to. So we've got this all sprayed with a little bit of clear, and we do that to keep the board from corroding and from anything else getting any dirt on it. So if I have any problems, even 10 years from now, I can go back and solder to it because everything's clean. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll hook up the fan. Get the fan soldered on. I'll tuck that up underneath the lid. Put a couple screws in the case for our friend Gary here. I like that brushed look on the fan. I've done flat black, I've done crinkle black, I've done hammer coat black, I've done hammer coat silver, I've done hammer coat metal, and I've done gunmetal gray for the fan guard finish. I've never done one that was polished. I kind of like that. That looks really good. Beautiful. We're on sideband once again, Gary. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. When we say a 4-pill pulls about 100 amps, remember this is an RMS reading meter over here. Hello, 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2. That's where we get our number from. So now if I switch the radio over to AM, watch the current draw difference. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Back to sideband. Hello, 1 2 1 2. Hello. Oh, I got the power all the way down on the radio. Forgot. Sorry. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, audio, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. SWR bridge is perfectly low on sideband and AM. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's a beautiful thing. I just love when they fall together like this. Everything just works the way it should. There's no drama. There's no fuss, there's no muss. Well, Mr. Gary, I'm gonna go box this thing up and I'm gonna get it sent off to you today. And I hope you enjoy your new baby. Thank you to the Patreon supporters for everything you guys do for us, me and my family, in this business here. There's a new spoken word video that's out. The Dentron Clipperton is still for sale if anybody's interested in getting it. Best offer at this point. I'll literally take anything that anybody wants to offer me. It's reasonable, of course. Man, Gary, thank you. My dog I'm going to own for the next 10 to 15 years. I appreciate you helping me out, Gary. Big thanks to the Patreon supporters once again, and a big thanks to all of you guys. Every day I get up and I get to live a very special life, and I'm very lucky that I get to do what I get to do, and it's all because of the support of you guys out there in YouTube land that watch. Give me a thumbs up, and click subscribe. I say thank you. Gentlemen, I am BBI, and if there's anything I can do to help you out, don't hesitate to give me a call. I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. I'll see you, gentlemen. Click, click.